Today is December 21st. It's a terrible day outside. It's been pouring all day, so today I'm filming inside the garage. Wanted to have a look at these Dawn Redwood. I've never had Dawn Redwood before. I just bought these this last year in April, I think. And there was at one point during the year I had wired this up, but again, I've never had them. Didn't really know what to expect. A lot of it's fallen off. There's some good clusters of buds all along here, but I don't think that any of this makes sense as part of the structure unless I change this quite a bit. It's not the greatest graft, although I think it will grow past that. This particular one is a gold rush variety. It has a bit of a yellow color to the edges, a bit of variegation. I was thinking that I probably should just remove this and this, keep the core structure. Alternatively, I suppose I could try and bring that up if I wanted to bring it up, make it taller. I do feel like this is too big of a branch and wouldn't make sense to be the leader. So I might cut this off, stick it in the soil somewhere, see if it happens to grow as a cutting. I could take that out. I see there's a bud that's forming there. It's too large. It's out of proportion to be a branch on this tree, even if I were to wire it down. I just don't think that would ever kind of work. So we have a little bud there. It could be a basis of a new branch, although there are many others to choose from. So I don't think I should actually save this. I think it's just too wide. It's too thick of a branch. It's out of proportion with the trunk, since the trunk is still so skinny. But along here, it is just loaded with buds, so no concerns there. It will take off throughout next year, I'm sure. So again, I do want to take this branch off, and I don't know if they kind of die back like, say, a maple does. So maybe I should leave a stump for now, let it die back on its own. Next year I'll brush off the buds so that there's nothing to go on. Actually, I'll take it right below that bud, and I will stick this in some soil just in case. Can't imagine it would take, but it's worth a shot. And I don't want this bud to be the one to grow. I think next year I would try and nibble this away. I don't know if Dawn Redwood would have a gin or something, but okay. So again, I don't necessarily have to make this the top. At the time that I wired it, I thought that would be a good idea, but you can see there's biting in quite a bit here. So I'm going to take this wire off. Just grab it with the pliers as I go so that I can unwind it. I'll probably try and conserve some of this wire if I can. Yeah, that is quite deep, actually. I'm surprised. However, I don't know how they heal. I know, like on deciduous, like on a maple, you would basically see that scarring forever, for a very long time. And this is deciduous, but it's conifer, so I really don't know. down to the graft here. That's too bad. Interesting. Okay. Lesson learned. I'm going to take that right out. Maybe I'll go with something thicker. It's considerably thicker, but I guess the question is, how much can I bend it? It seems to be very pliable. And do I want this to be the top? Maybe I do. Maybe this could be a branch. I could even go something, one of these crazy bends, I suppose. But I don't know that I want to. I do think I want to take advantage of this height though. Originally I think what I thought, I would take this out and that would be the top. But I feel like I should be taking advantage of this height. And it's interesting how much it can bend and coil, and it can even spiral quite a bit. I could twist it quite a bit, I mean. I'm going to try and do a long coil, use the full height, wonder if I should go the other direction. I do want to go clockwise. So there's not much ability to bend down below. There's a little bit. Interesting. I haven't taken this out of its pot since I bought it, and so I don't actually know what to expect for the roots. It's quite deep, so I might end up having to kind of change the planting angle drastically. Okay, well, let's just start with this. Try to avoid all of the areas that I scarred before. With a thicker wire, it's a little, I understand, a little less prone to scarring. Be below that or above that. There's a bud there that I would like to use, I think. I'm not too picky about the other buds along here. There seems to be a million to choose from. I'm sure that I'll be damaging some. It's quite a big cluster there. Okay, so can I maybe even double that up at the base just to get a little bit more ability to bend down below? Maybe. Put that in right beside the other one. Had to give a gap there for that bud. Okay, so hopefully not breaking anything. Very gently twist that. I'm going to bring this back down here. Hopefully you can see it better. I think that is too much there. If I could use the pliers to help turn it. Seems to be very easy to bend. Hopefully I'm not damaging it. I should probably be careful of that graft area. And then I guess this needs to be on the outside of a bend. Yeah, I'm saying outside of the bend, but it feels like I need to come this way, which is putting it exactly on the inside of a bend. The tree wants to do that, though. Who am I to say otherwise? Let's try it this way. Some crazy bend going on there. I'm not actually sure if I like that, but I feel like that's kind of leading me in the right direction. This will have to be shorter if there's going to be pad development there, for example. Again, I keep wanting to put that on the outside of a bend. Maybe it needs to be more like that. Ooh, a bit of a creaking sound. Gotta be careful. Another one. I think I'm bending too far. Can this perhaps come down? And then hopefully we'll get something off on this side. Actually, I do like that. So I'll have to anchor that somewhere here. So I just want to take this down and that up a bit. So I suppose I'll have to go this way. Hook it there. I guess that's lucky I didn't cut that off. And then this can come around to here. And I just wanted to get a little bit around it so that I can just bend this into the angle I want it to. So I want this to be flatter and then coming down just a bit. quite like that. Maybe more like that. And I do not want this top bud there, or this bud right there, around that branch. Okay. Question is, do I nip the end off? Again, I've not dealt with Dawn Redwood before, but if I were to assume that I want this to branch out much earlier, I probably don't want it happening out here. I probably want it coming in nice and close. So I suppose I should just find some buds that I like, and I believe it's those two right there. Okay, that's all I'll do on this one for today, and I have another. This one's a little simpler. I just need to get rid of some of these crossing branches, and I guess I could make this into a pad. I won't wire it today, I don't think, but you can see some of these are in the wrong spot. I don't want to have these guys coming out as at the same level. This graft is considerably worse. There's a giant gap there. I guess I could try and trim that back a bit. And if I bring that down, I think that should be not going up. And it might even be too long there, I'm not sure. And again, we've got these sort of barbells coming off there. Handlebars. Handlebars? Alright, well, let's take this one out, including the bud below it. See, if I bend that down, then I definitely want to shorten up some of the branches on the there. I think I might do that. So can I anchor it to this? It's pretty weak. I'll give it a try. This is a short distance. Put a little hook on there, and then we can hold it with the pliers for the first bend. Or not. Okay. And I think what I want to do is just shorten up the branch. It's way too long. I don't know if they back bud. I don't see any buds back there. Perhaps what I need to do is orient it so that that can be the bud that forms next year. I would rather have something lower, because it's sort of facing upward. But I suppose if that becomes the dominant branch, then I can just work on that next year. So I'm going to shorten these. Again, this needs to be completely shortened, so I'm just going to go for it. We'll see what it does. I don't know. I don't think anything will grow there. but there's nothing else for it. And I'm gonna reduce these to the first pair of buds. There's that bud and this bud. Both of them are possibilities, but I don't want to kill these branches off until I know for sure how that's going to work. Again, this is so long. I'll take it back to the first buds. There is a bud there going backwards, and there doesn't appear to be anything else coming this way. Take this back to here. And the same thing for these. Just shorten them up a little bit and see what we get next year. I'll leave the top. I think this has a lot of thickening up to do. And then next year, I'll get it out of this nursery pot and, well, at least out of the nursery soil and see if we can encourage it to grow a little quicker. It didn't grow as much as the other one this year. Metasequoia North Light. No hints on sizing. So, not much to go on there. Thanks for watching.